Hey guys. So I was like struggling to get on here because I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I don't know what to talk about. And yet I'm committed to talking. And for me, I know that just talking out loud helps me see my limitations, like see where it's something like about soundboarding, right? Like I put it out there, and as I'm talking, my M-Free coach, Lori, would say, out of the mouth, the heart speaks. And also, in the Bible, it says the heart's a liar. And I would always be so confused about that. Like, okay, if out of the mouth the heart speaks and the heart's a liar, how do we combine those things? And it's like, I don't know if I have any clear answers. And I'm going to just share with you what I use is like discernment. Even with the intrusive thoughts versus non-intrusive thoughts versus just all of it requires a level of discernment. And that's why having people that you really trust to like purge to, that can point out some things that like maybe is not super aligned, is really helpful. And in the discernment, it's like, okay, so if I say something and I'm unaware of where it's coming from, well, then I get the opportunity to practice some discernment and ask some questions like, is this what I really believe? Is this what's been, I'm hearing like in the way, or because I've been unaware of it or unaware where it's coming from? I hope this makes sense because I'm even confusing myself. Anyways, in today's class, we were practicing observing thoughts again and describing that the thoughts that make us angry, and this is again from the book that she wrote like the thoughts that make you angry, or the things that make you angry, the underlying feeling is really sadness, right? So anger is what's rearing its ugly head, but there's always a sadness underneath. And then she goes on to say that, and there's really only one root cause for sadness, and that's feeling alone or disconnected. And then we had to journal about like, what's the thing we're angriest about in life and how do we forgive it? And forgiving and allowance in her school of thought is the same thing. So I had to like dig deep. I had to dig deep for my anger to be like, okay, what is it that I'm really angry about? And what is the sadness underneath it? And presently, my greatest anger in this moment is my son's father and the struggles that we've had over the past 13 years. I don't even like going there because I'm like, what's the point, right? What's the point? We can't change people. We have to accept them for who they are. And he does not meet my standard for having people in my life, for the kind of people that I want to keep around. So I'll be working on forgiveness and allowance for him. And I feel like he's been my greatest teacher over the last 13 years. This is the one that I'm always like digging deep to forgive and to allow and to accept. And yeah, I got no answers today. I don't even know if I have any tools for that right now. I'm like just letting it all come up and being with it as it is, not trying to change it or fix it, or, Lori would say, not put chocolate on a stick of shit or something to that effect. I'm not going to try to pretty it up. Like, I genuinely am angry at him and dislike him for the past 13 years of co-parenting. And the saga continues because now we got to go to court because he's trying to take custody of my kid. And I've been like, okay, neutral. This is not good or bad. It just is what it is. And that's me just trying to clean up that I'm fucking angry. And it literally, like, I can feel it in my body. I feel myself tense up and I get short of breath. And so I was feeling all that because I was journaling. So I felt it all. And I was like, all right, what do I do? What's next? And I've been committed to moving my body, but I didn't go out for my walk today and I didn't do my 1 hour Zumba like I said I would do. So I came in the room and put on a 10-minute dance workout and it helped. And as I sit here and talk to you about it, I can feel the tension again. So I might do another little 10-minute workout because, yeah, it's in my body. The anger's in there. I was also listening to Sabrina from Rewilding, her astrology report for the week. And it's a Kali week, right? And the Purge, Kali, I just really resonate with that archetype, always like the mother of death. But it's always like compassionate death, right? And deaths are really new beginnings and all that good stuff. And she's like the multi-armed, carrying the heads around her neck of those she has slayed. So apparently this week, Kali's like up in everybody's face, and it is a very trying week. And I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to listen to this, because sometimes I'm like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? Like, is it the awareness that that's happening that then creates it happening? Or is it that we're feeling the things and then those are just explanations for the things that we're feeling? Or is it like a combination of both? As Lori would say, there's no blanket statement, right? Like, Emfrey was so good in that way that I always wanted like an answer, and an answer that then is just the blanket answer. And one of the greatest gifts from my Emfrey training is like, there's no blanket answer. Make nothing idle, right? Like, what it is in this 10 seconds doesn't mean it's going to be that in the next 10 seconds. And be like being with that as it is in the shifting and changing, because everything's always changing. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to work some of this out of my body. Maybe a little rage page, writing down all the rage, screaming into a pillow, all of the above. So we'll see how this week goes. I have a lot of to-dos on my list this week. Organizing the apartment some more, making it feel more like home. I'm sourcing investors to buy a business, a already profitable business. What else? I'm going to get started on my training for selling life insurance policies. And starting my case, getting together all my paperwork for this court case. We'll see how the week goes. Talk to you guys later. Bye.